Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle a really specific financial strategy for retirement. It's called the reverse annuity mortgage. Now, that might sound complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's a way to take the value you've built up in your home and turn it into a steady paycheck that can last for the rest of your life. So let's dive in and see exactly how it all works. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the basics of what a reverse mortgage even is. Then we'll see what happens when you combine it with an annuity. After that, we'll figure out who the strategy is actually a good fit for, look at a really important alternative, and then wrap it all up with the key takeaways. Sound good? Let's get started. All right, first things first. Before we can understand the whole strategy, we have to get a handle on the foundation, the main building block. So what in the world is a reverse mortgage? Okay, think of a regular mortgage and then just flip it completely on its head. A reverse mortgage is a special kind of loan for homeowners who are 62 or older. It lets you take that equity you've built up in your house for years and turn it back into cash. Now here's the wild part. Instead of you sending a check to the bank every month, the lender actually pays you. And you don't have to pay the loan back until you either sell the house, move out for good, or pass away. So how does this actually work in practice? Well, first, a lender looks at a few things: how much your home is worth, how old you are, and what the current interest rates are to figure out how much you can borrow. Then you get to choose how you want that money. You could take it all at once in a big lump sum, get it as a steady monthly check, or have it available as a line of credit you can draw from when you need it. But, and this is super important, you have to remember that interest is being added to the loan balance the whole time, so the amount you owe is slowly growing. So, as you can see, there's a really clear trade-off here. The pros, they're pretty great. You get extra cash flow during your retirement, you don't have a monthly mortgage payment anymore, and you get to stay in your own home. But the cons are just as real. You're eating into your home's equity, that loan balance is getting bigger over time, and of course, it means there will be less for your heirs to inherit. It really boils down to a choice between your financial needs right now and the legacy you want to leave behind. Okay, now that we've got the reverse mortgage down, let's bring in the second piece of this puzzle, the annuity. When you put these two things together, you get the reverse annuity mortgage. So a reverse annuity mortgage isn't some single product you buy off the shelf. It's actually a two-step move. First, you get the money from your reverse mortgage. Then you immediately use that cash to buy an annuity from an insurance company. And what's an annuity superpower? It gives you a guaranteed stream of income, very often for the rest of your life. You're basically taking your house, which you can't exactly spend, and turning it into a predictable, lifelong paycheck. Let's walk through the steps one more time. Step 1, you get a reverse mortgage, usually as a single lump sum payout. Step 2, that whole chunk of cash goes directly to an insurance company to buy an annuity. And from that moment on, step 3, the insurance companies start sending you a regular, guaranteed check for as long as you live. It's a way of locking in your financial future. So what's the biggest upside to this whole strategy? It's that lifetime guarantee. You get a paycheck you literally cannot outlive. It's powerful protection. But, and it's a big but, you're giving up a ton of flexibility. Once that money is in the annuity, it's gone. You can't access it for a medical emergency or a new roof. You also have to be mindful of the fees from both the mortgage and the annuity, which can add up. And again, this strategy means there's less equity left over for your kids or other heirs. This brings us to probably the most important question of all. Who should actually be thinking about this? Because let me tell you, this is a very specific strategy, and it is definitely not for everyone. You can see here there's a pretty clear picture of who this is designed for. The ideal candidate is over 62, has a lot of equity in their home, and maybe doesn't have a ton of other income or savings. They know they want to stay in their home for the long haul, and their number one goal is creating an income they can't outlive. Now, on the flip side, if leaving your home to your kids is a top priority, or you want to keep that equity available for emergencies, or you think you might move in a few years, this is probably not the right path for you. Now, before anyone rushes out to do this, it is so important to note that this isn't the only way to get a lifetime income. There are other paths you can take, and it's smart to look at all your options. So here's a really popular alternative. Instead of using your house, what if you used other savings or investments, like an old 401k or an IRA, to buy an annuity? Specifically, one with something called a Guaranteed Lifetime Withdrawal Benefit, or a GLWB. This can give you that exact same reliable income stream, but it leaves your home equity completely untouched. It stays yours, preserving it for your heirs, or keeping it as a financial safety net for later. It's a way to get the income without having to put your house on the line. Whew, okay, we've covered a lot of ground. So let's zoom out and just boil this all down to the most critical things you need to remember. So the bottom line is this. A reverse annuity mortgage is a niche solution. It's a powerful tool if your main goal is to turn your home, an asset you can't spend, into a guaranteed paycheck for life. It absolutely can provide that security, but you have to be completely comfortable with the fact that this security comes at the direct cost of your home's equity and what you can pass on to your heirs. It's a deeply personal decision that really weighs your own financial peace of mind against the legacy you want to leave. Look, I know exploring these kinds of options can feel pretty overwhelming, and making the right choice is so important. That's exactly where we at the Annuity Expert can help. We can walk you through different types of annuities and help you compare your options to see what makes sense for your situation. Our services are always completely free, and there's never any obligation. If you just want to ask a few questions, give us a call at 770-755-1565 or check out our website. Thanks so much for watching.